Welcome to the Dreams of Consciousness podcast. If you'd be so kind, would you mind introducing yourself?
My name is Simon, and I play guitars and share vocal duties with David in the band Phrenelith that you're about to interview.
And how would you describe the music of Phrenelith?
I would say death metal, obviously, but we try to incorporate a lot of dark elements, I guess. There's a certain take elements both from like doom death and I guess some black metal as well.
Now, Phrenelith is based in Denmark. Would you say that there are elements of the Scandinavian sound to your music?
That's hard to say. I don't think we sound particularly Swedish, and I don't really think that Denmark has had much tradition with like death metal. Obviously, there's been death metal since the 90s, but a particular Danish death metal sound, it's not like, I don't think that really exists. But if you count like Finland into the Scandinavian countries, then I guess our early sound was like very inspired by the Finnish bands.
Because of the more doomy and slow elements that you include in your music?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay. For people who aren't familiar with your band, would you mind giving a brief history of what brought you guys together and what your intentions were?
We started out all the way back in 2013, where it's just me, David from Undergang, and drummer at the time called Tuna. And I think the initial idea was just like to hang out. We were like all friends and we all loved death metal. So we just wanted to like play some death metal. Me and David had played together, and before that in a short-lived band called Mold that I did with one of the guys from Tafos as well. But that band broke up, but we still had like the desire to play death metal. So we met up and jammed, I guess, started rehearsing a little bit, and slowly some songs formed. We recorded a demo, 2-song demo. And then shortly after that, we teamed up with a bassist, Jakob. And then we recorded a second demo and then started making songs for our first full length. Yeah, that one was released, and our debut film was released in 2017. And then we did a bunch of like smaller releases like tapes and splits and EPs and stuff like that. And yeah, played all over the world. And here we are now, I guess.
Now, when you guys formed, did you already have an idea of what kind of music you wanted to make?
I think the two main bands starting out, there was probably more, but we were definitely, I would say there's definitely like a strong like incantation vibe to the early stuff. And also Immolation was like a band we really liked, together with Morbid Angel, which are all American bands. Yeah, I also think one of the main bands was like this slightly lesser known band from Finland called Mythos, who released like a demo tape that was death metal before they like changed the style to black metal and made like a full length. But we all had like a love of that demo tape, I guess, and wanted to create something very similar to that, but also incorporate some of the like American Florida influences into it.
Now, were you guys specifically trying to emulate an older style of death metal?
I would definitely say, yeah. That's probably no denying that we were like going for, I hate the term old school, but we were definitely going for like early 90s death metal, as opposed to like, I guess, yeah, what came later.
Is there a specific reason why that era attracted you?
Yeah, I would say both the music, the production of the music, the more gritty sound of like the production on the records, and I would also say that like the aesthetics also attracted us a lot, like the aesthetics of the late 80s and early 90s, stuff like that. I still think we try not to like do a straight up copy of like any band or whatever, and try to like incorporate our own style, but yeah, we definitely have like a preference when it comes to like both the sound of like the early 90s and the like aesthetics of those death metal bands from the early 90s.
Heading into your first full length, did you guys have any specific goals in mind as far as what you wanted to accomplish with that first album?
I would like to say that I was like that we put super like a lot of thought into like a debut release, but I actually think it was just like it came so natural to us, like, and we had such a like a great time like rehearsing the songs, writing the songs, and like recording it. There's like a lot of fun memories connected to that era, and also. Yeah, and also I guess the band were at that point. I guess you could always argue how well known we are in the death metal scene now, but back then we were definitely very unknown before the release of the debut album. So it was very relaxed, I guess, laid back in a way. So we just like wrote songs that like this is pretty cool, like skipped some songs and like this doesn't work and whatever, and until we had like a product that we really liked listening to in rehearsal room. And then it was a totally different experience, I guess, when we listened to it recorded for the first time, but still very cool. I was like, yeah. So it's all like pretty easy. It took like, I think we only like used 4.5 days to record those 8 songs, which is, in my opinion, at least now, a very short amount of time.
Let's talk about your songwriting process a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how songs come together for you guys?
What usually happens is that I write some riffs at home and I do some guitar sketches and like record them really primitively. And then I introduce the songs to the guys in the rehearsal room, and I would say like the 5 to 10% remaining, whatever you want to call it, we like get done in the rehearsal room. So we'll bring in a song that's like 80-90% finished, and we'll complete it together. And yeah.
Do you write most of the music and do most of the arrangements yourself?
Yeah, I would say so. It's mostly I work on ideas at home and then bring it to the other guys.
When is a song done for you guys? When are you happy with the finished result? When do you feel a song is finished?
A song is finished when it has like a clear structure, in the sense that like it's not just like a bunch of riffs that's like thrown together, but it has like a clear narrative, the song, a musical narrative in a way where it's like going somewhere, and it's like, you know, it has like a structure that seems whole. But that being said, I would still say that like, yeah, when we start rehearsing a song till we record it, sometimes like a half a year goes by and the song changes a lot, and we would like add changes like last minute even. So in that perspective, I would say the song is like never really finished until it's recorded. And even after that, we sometimes change, even after we record the song, sometimes we change it a little bit even, actually. So yeah, to sum up, I would say like a song is probably never 100% finished.
Are live versions of songs sometimes different from the recorded versions?
Sometimes it makes more sense in like in a live situation. If we have if we've done something in the studio that's hard to replicate live, we sometimes have to like be a little creative with how we play live. And even just if we think it sounds better, some changes, then we'll do it and not really think about it.
I'd like to speak a little bit more about what you said about narrative, about having a narrative in the song.
Yeah.
In the song structure. One of the things I like most about Phrenelith is the variety, the way songs build and change tempos, and you know, it's not one level, it's not one pace. There's a flow to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Is that something that's very important to you?
It's very important to me that it seems when we incorporate like tempo changes and like some like more, I'm not sure what the word for it is, but when we do like some changes that's like very noticeable, that it doesn't seem fragmented or like abrupt from the song, if you know what I mean. Like it doesn't sound like you just took like 3 songs and like smashed them together, but more that it sounds like it's intentional, the way you like use the tempo change. So it's not like totally, just a riff salad of like different pieces smashed together.